guys, it's probably Sid here. I'm doing a slightly different video today. I'm gonna teach you some basic speed bridging skills. Now, speed bridging was something that I've struggled with a lot, and it took some practice. So I'll show you the basics now, 3 different types. Hopefully it'll help you out if you're new to Bedwars. It can also be used in Sky Wars, and I'm sure there's other different game modes you could use it on. I like to practice on a creative server. This is now called Complex. I have played on this server for years, since 2014, but now I mainly just use it to practice things. This is my speed bridging plot over here. It's very extensive, as you can see. The IP to this server will be in the description, and you should check it out if you're into like creative and building and all of that sort of stuff. I might do a server showcase video about it at some point. I mean, everyone's heard of Hypixel. Don't really need to showcase that at all. But this server's got its own game modes as well. Anyhow, let's just get right into it. To simulate the experience, I'll use wool. I've done white everywhere, so let's just keep with the theme. So the first speed bridging is basically in a straight line, so like this. This is the standard sort of speed bridging. A lot of people know how to do it now, so it doesn't give you too much of an advantage these days, but I'll teach you nonetheless. So the way I like to do it, now there's 2 different ways. You can do S and D, which, yeah, I can't really do S and D. It's just, the perspective is weird for me, so I always use A and S. Now what you want to do is just shift at the end of the, I'll see if I can go into perspective. Okay. Yeah, so you want to shift at the end of the block, nearest to the corner, and just, as you can see, when you hold shift down, it's sort of, you can't fall off the block, basically, it's impossible, so you can use that to your advantage. Now, you can see the little compass readings at the top, like the northwest. The way I like to do it is, because you need to set it up so that when you press A, you're actually going, like, that way, as opposed to that way. So the way I like to do it is, I like to position the arrow at the compass reading to approximately northwest, and then you place the block. As soon as you've placed it, let go of shift, and then walk back without shift to the end of the block. And as you right click the next time, press shift again. So it's like, it's hard to do it slow motion, but yeah, I hope that makes sense. If you've got a texture pack, you could, rather than use the compass lines at the top, you could sort of align the crosshair with one of these lines in the texture pack. The texture pack I'm using, which will also be in the description, probably isn't the best for that. But if you've got the Badline client, which I do, or possibly Lunar, I guess, you can use that compass to your advantage. So now let me try faster. We'll go with this. Okay, yeah, this is a good opportunity to show you what happens if it's not northwest. So I always just do it for the 45-degree angle, so it would be, in this case, it would be lined up with northeast, and then off you go. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, so if you were going to go like southwest, then lined up with southwest or northeast. As long as it's 2 letters, basically, in a very non-technical sense. So that's that. Now, in some maps, you may be in a situation where you need to speed bridge diagonally, so you want to go like, instinctively did it. You want to go like this, but as you can see, this is quite slow. So to speed it up, it's similar to this sort of speed bridge, but instead of just placing 1 block, you need to place 2. So get to the corner of the block, sort of position your crosshair here, and then what you're doing is you're placing 1, 2, and then as you place the second block, you're basically unshifting and moving along this diagonal, hypotenuse, I guess, but along this diagonal here. So if I do it slowly, it's like, so when I place this block, I'm still in shift, but when I place this block, that's when I unshift. So yeah, that's basically it. I actually find that method easier than straight lining, probably because there's more time shifted, to be honest. So the only thing with this one is you need your crosshair in the right place to go like super fast. And I'm sure there's people who can do it even faster than I'm doing it right now, but yeah. So a lot of questions people ask is there a rhythm to it, or should you just spam click? For these type of bridging, I know with Breezely bridging, if you can't time it and you're just gonna spam, you need like a relatively high CPS. I'm talking like, you know, 12, 13, whatever, something like that. So no, for this one, if you're gonna time it, you only need about 2 to 3 CPS. I didn't check what my CPS was, but I'm assuming if you look at the video, you'll see that it's like 2, 3 CPS, something like that. So that was diagonal speed bridging. Now the last one, which is less common, is staircase speed bridging. Now, so I've often just been spamming it like that in videos, which I'm not actually sure if it's faster, but I wouldn't recommend that. The way that most people do it, you still have to use shift, is they just, yeah. So this one's not as hard, I don't think. So the best way to explain this, it's like normal straight line speed bridging, so like that, but instead of sort of tracking back without, you don't actually let go of shift, which makes me wonder if this is actually the most efficient way to do it, but all you're doing is you're just positioning it in the same place, moving it back, but as soon as you place the block underneath you, you jump, so press the spacebar. So you kind of need to time your spacebar with the right click button on the mouse. Yeah, and just spam the right click button when you're placing the block up, but make sure the crosshair's in the right place, because otherwise you're gonna do something like, yeah, something like that. So yeah, I'm not a speed bridge pro. I don't claim to be a speed bridge pro, but hopefully this might help out some new players, because let's face it, speed bridging is kind of a common skill on Bedwars now, and especially in solo games, maybe duos games, you're not going to get very far if you can't speed bridge. You're likely to get eliminated straight away. It's just the nature of the fast-paced game. So yes, if you did find this tutorial helpful, remember to share it with your friends. Social media links in the description. Like, comment, subscribe, smash the bell button for notifications. Feels all cringe saying that, but it has to be said. So yeah, leave a comment if you'd like to see more tutorials on basic Bedwars skills. Goodbye.